Well, I'm really planning to do this. I want to do a documentary about my 12 days of Christmas. I started it on December 21, and I actually had fun. My first day was I was in a disco club, and then we were dancing there, drinking a lot, whatever we do there. It's also my third time to go into a club because I'm just 18 years old right now. It's just my face that my face really looks like 20 years old, 30 like that, 25. So after we're done with the club thing, we got out the club and then planned for a breakfast because we finished in the club at 5 a.m. in the morning. And our friends decided to go to a restaurant to have breakfast there. So when one of our friends drove the car, it's actually his car. Suddenly we crashed into a light post. I felt so numb all over my body that I can't really feel my head, my legs, my arms. It was really a bit of a nightmare because I thought, I broke something. I broke my knee like that. The good thing is I only had a scratch on my knee. It's because of the impact. And after that, after the crash, our friends on the other car told us to ride with them. We were thinking, okay, so let's go. Let's not waste time here. So that's why we got there. When we got to the restaurant, my friend asked me, "What's your plan?" I said, "I want to go back to my dorm because I need to do something there. I need to finish my work." After that, we departed from our group, from our friends, and then we go solo. When we got out of the restaurant, I really saw the street where our village stays. And I was saying, hey, this is our street here. Why don't I just go home and then you go to your place? But he was a bit chickened out, like, no, let's just go together. Let's go to your dorm first, and then I just want to sleep. He gave him a chance. Okay, let's go. I'm gonna sleep there. So after that, we got to the Jollibee to have some extra breakfast because we were so really our stomachs was really growling, right? Like, hey, give me some food, like that. So after our breakfast in Jollibee, we rode a train towards Manila. On December 22nd, 2014, my foster parents, they arrived from the province and got here in Manila. So by the time they arrived here, I was thinking, hey, I got to shoot this and do a documentary about this. So I was thinking, yeah, let's do this. So we got to a restaurant again and we ate there. It's actually a family Christmas party like that. So no biggie. They were actually planning to go to Dubai. So by the next day, December 23rd, they were already leaving. So after they left, me and our cook here in our house, we planned to go swimming in the clubhouse here in the village. So we did that. After swimming, kind of like, hey, let's go home now because there's nobody there to watch the house. So when we got home, I requested our driver to drive me to Jollibee so that we could have a special lunch. Well, I bought some meals good for 5 eat like that.
Wala akong pera eh.
Naranasan mo na pumunta sa lugar na hindi mo pa nakikita.
Bakit ikaw? Naranasan mo na bang malakasihan?
Ang Dreamix ay isang matrix.
Have you realized that there's no spoon? No, I'm talking about the spoon.
Noong unang panahon pa ng mga Hapon, wala pang kikay, sabi ni Lola. Nakita mo lang may isang pigeon sa loob ng isang matigas na bahay.
Ano nga ba talaga ang Dreamix?
Ang Dreamix ay isang lugar na hindi mo pa napupuntahan. Ang Dreamix ay nasa panaginip mo lamang.
On the way to Christmas, December 24th, 2014, there was actually no one with us. So the only ones who celebrated Christmas here in the house is me, the cook, and my brother Ranwell. So even though we're just small in number, I really enjoyed that time being with them. So not boring and not out of place. It's really the same thing with a lot of numbers. It's just how you will adjust to that kind of situation that you have. We actually waited for 12 a.m. Christmas Eve. By 25, my real family, because just like what I've said earlier, this is my foster family. So my real family, I actually got there just in time for us to celebrate Christmas Eve. And when I got there, we really had fun, you know, talking with each other. And my mother was there, my father's there, my brothers and sisters. They're all there, so we were complete that time. So yeah. So I had a friend from Parañaque, a girl. She's a girl. I asked her to come with me to Star City. It's an amusement park here in the Philippines. So when we got there, there's actually a lot of people there, and just in time for us to know each other because I don't really know her. I just met her on Facebook, but she knows me, knowing that I'm kind of like foster son of a mayor. And that's why maybe she knows me by that time when we were already there in Star City. We actually had fun. She had fun. I had fun. So I actually realized something when we got into the Pirates ride thingy. It's in the cave-like area. Since I'm a filmmaker, I realized how good it is when you use lights, different lights for your scene. Because what I saw there is very tremendous. I really shot every style there. Like it's a very dramatic, cinematic, and a lot like special effects like that. It's like I got inside a Universal Studio. It's just priceless. You can see something like that you can depend on, because on filmmaking, lighting is everything.